וכן לא יהיה עמל בעסקו, אלא להשיג דבר שצריך לו לחיי שעה. Nor should a person be a workaholic, always involved in his work beyond what he requires for normal life and existence. כעניין שנאמר, טוב מעט לצדיק. A little, or a sufficiency is good for the righteous. This is what they seek. At this point, I will mention very briefly what Rambam writes in the Talmud Torah at the beginning of the Talmud Torah, Perek Aleph, where Rambam writes, I'll bring it up on the screen. Here Rambam is discussing, this is a Perek Aleph in Talmud Torah. You can see here Halacha Yod Daled or Yod Bet. Rambam is discussing the mitzvah of Talmud Torah, and he speaks about how a person should spend his days, divide his time. Kesad Haya Ba'al Umanut. A person is some kind of artisan, has some kind of skill. He works at a particular thing in order to make a living. وهي عساك بملخا 3 ساعات بيوم. That's one nusach. Another nusach is Yehia عساك بملخا 3 ساعات بيوم, which strikes me as more correct. Rambam says a person should work 3 hours a day, Uva Torah Tesha, and study Torah 9 hours a day. And then he goes on to describe how one should divide those 9 hours in terms of learning various areas, various parts of the Torah. Torah Shemichtav, Torah Sheba'al Peh, etc. It seems, according to what Rambam says here, and from the reality with which Rambam was familiar, that it was possible, at least for many people in his time, to work a few hours a day and make a living, a reasonable living, and then have quite a lot of time, relatively speaking, to study Torah, or to do other important, necessary things. Rambam certainly does not entertain the idea that a person should be a workaholic. This is actually very different from what we see. We can return to Chot so the oath right now. This is very different from what we see going on nowadays in the world by and large. And that certainly should be food for thought.
Thank you, Rabbi Bar-Hayim. We would like to encourage our viewers to share these videos with friends and send in your responses. We would also like to suggest the following opportunity to our viewers. If you identify with Rabbi Bar-Hayim's message and would like to sponsor or dedicate a video interview with the rabbi in honor or memory of a loved one, if you would like to obtain Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael or invite the rabbi for a speaking engagement, please email us at office@machonshilo.org.